you are, sweetheart. Your new house.
Gosh.
It's more safe and secure here, and you'll get better in double quick time, won't you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I love it.
I promise you, sweetheart, no one will get anywhere near you in this house.
Such a lot of flowers.
Yeah. Aren't they terrific? Now, all these, they came from the hospital. It was kind of them. They sent them over. They're new. Who are they from? Ah, they're from your mother. How nice of her. You know, I have lost track of how many officers we've had to speak to. Darling, I thought you were asleep.
I wasn't sleepy. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were with someone.
D.I. Dawson, Mrs. Block, CID. If you wouldn't mind going over one or two things...
Inspector, do you mind? My wife is very tired.
No. If it'll help you catch a person who killed John, of course, I'm happy to do it.
You think of anyone who might have a grudge against the club or against you two personally?
Inspector, we have no idea who the gunman was aiming at or why. Therefore, we cannot assume that he meant to hit my wife.
Mr. Block, I've watched the tapes 100 times. The first bullet grazes your head. Then John Black steps in front of you and pushes you to one side. He takes the full impact of the second bullet. Now, if he hadn't done that, you wouldn't be here now. Do you remember anything about that day, Mrs. Block?
Inspector, my wife suffered internal bruising from the impact of the bullet. A fact that was only diagnosed when she collapsed 3 days after being discharged from hospital.
Jerry, let me speak. Inspector, yes, I am having trouble remembering that I was even at the cup final. To be honest, even watching the footage on TV, it's as if it happened to somebody else. I do remember that I was supposed to be going somewhere after the match.
That's right, my darling. We were going on holiday together to Hawaii. Do you remember? Can you not see that this is distressing her?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Block. I don't want to put you under pressure, but I just want to catch this man, as I'm sure you do. Now, I can leave it for a couple of days until you're feeling a bit stronger. But if you do remember anything, please call me. Here's my card. Oh, one thing that did strike me, though, when the final whistle goes and Harchester win, everybody's leaping about, but on the videotape you two are sitting there motionless, initially. The only ones not celebrating. I wonder why that was.
Well, shock, I suppose, Inspector. You know, at actually winning the FA Cup.
Yes, yeah, that would explain it. It looked like a premonition, though. Funny, that.
Miss Block, where are you going?
I'm just nipping out. I need some fresh air.
With your medication, you shouldn't be driving.
And just go for a walk then.
Why don't you just sit down for a while? I'll bring you a cup of tea, and you can read or watch TV. Mr. Block brought home loads of magazines.
Flower delivery.
Please leave them at the gate.
No, it's very important that I give them to Mrs. Block myself.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Why? She's there?
She's resting at the moment.
She's always resting. Or maybe that is just what you tell me, eh?
No, I'm sorry, you'll have to take them away.
Who was that?
Oh, just a salesman.
Right. I've been meaning to ask you, there was a phone in the bedroom, it's gone.
Mr. Block had it taken out.
Oh?
He didn't want you disturbed.
Oh. Has there been anybody trying to see me?
No, Mrs. Block.
No phone calls?
Well, people call all the time. Were you thinking of anyone in particular?
No. No one.
An introduction of Sean Hocknell at half-time has just spiced up Manchester United. And my goodness, they...
Hello, my darling. I thought you were asleep. Have you taken your medication?
JJ, please, I've been resting all day. Can't I just watch this for a while with you?
PK. Lucas. One.
Oh, sorry, my darling. You're right.
The Ajax fans' Nopper goal will be the turning point.
It's getting late, sweetheart.
now,
haven't
JJ.
got anything left.
The game will be over in a few minutes anyway.
So hard to find that goal by Lucas. United Football Club.
Well, we've seen some turn-ups, but I have to say that ranks amongst the best. And
Penny.
An extraordinary second half, and many congratulations.
Let's get Mrs. Block to bed, shall we?
Mrs. Block?
A big 45, and didn't he just?
Without doubt, the best game he's been involved in, the best game he's played this season. He needed to find his...
Jerry? What's the matter? You look dreadful.
Look, I've got your pills.
My sedatives, Jerry. I don't take them anymore.
Please take one.
What's happened?
Some of the boys were on the plane Bellew hired. It's missing. They're missing.
Missing?
Yes, they lost radar contact with the plane. They're dead, Linda.
Who?
Who? Bellew, Kapoor, Gary Blackburn, Sean Hocknell, Leon Richards. That beautiful little girl from the canteen, Julie, and Victor Tankiev.
And Louise?
Please take your pills.
And Louise?
Just have a pill, darling.
I don't want my pills, Jerry. And Louise?
And Louise. Linda, darling, I really don't like leaving you like this, you know. So I'm going to go and give the press conference and come straight home, okay? Linda, the nurse is downstairs if you need her. You sure you won't take one of these, for the shock? Linda, are you going to be all right?
I decided to stay with a friend in Amsterdam. They told me only this morning.
Who's this friend?
Who is this friend? No, my friend prefer to keep it private.
This mean it's
Where did
woman.
you meet her? How do you feel, Louise?
What was your reaction to the news?
I feel that Leon... Sean... I'm sorry.
Carl! Chairman. Nice to have you here. Louise?
Sad business, eh, Chairman?
Yes. Yes, very sad indeed. I think we should all be going in, don't you? Can we all make our way inside now, please?
Hasn't arrived yet. Would you like to wait for him?
No, I think we should go ahead. If necessary, I'll say a few words.
Sort of explanation for what occurred. We shall probably never know.
I've been asked to say a few words about the lads I know best. Leon.
Thank you very, very much for coming.
Morning, Jerry.
Marilyn! I didn't know you'd made it. Where were you?
I was a few rows back.
How was the flight? You look terrific. Have you checked into the Grange?
Fine, thank you, and yes.
Terrific. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. You know Marilyn, don't you? She's in charge of my Far Eastern division.
Only by reputation.
Oh, dear.
Oh, would you excuse me for a minute, please? Please.
Hello, Linda. You are well?
Better, thank you. And you?
Yes, I am well.
Marilyn Harwood. I work for Jerry's Far East Division.
Yes, hello, I heard of you.
Why does everyone say that? I know who you are, of course. May not know much about football, but even I recognise Luis Amor Rodriguez.
My darling, you look very exhausted. Do forgive me. Listen, I'm going to get Marcus to take you home, all right? I'm going to go to the club for half an hour, have a little chat with Marilyn, and then I'll be right home, all right?
I'm fine.
But crying out loud, don't tell me you want to come as well.
I'd like to send a couple of men.
Can I have a word? Listen to me. This is a private function. It's for colleagues and friends.
I appreciate the sensitivity of the situation, but if the man who shot your wife is the same man who tampered with the aircraft, then we can't afford to take any chances. I mean, for all we know, he might be here amongst us. Now.
Sorry to barge in.
Oh, no, it's fine. Jerry called from the car and told me you were coming over to deliver some papers. Well, what can I get you to drink? Glass of wine?
Yeah, wine would be nice.
Red or white?
Red, please. It's a lovely house.
Thanks. I didn't decorate it myself. Jerry bought it while I was in hospital.
Oh, yeah, how are you now?
I'm better, thanks.
It was on the news in Bangkok, the shooting. But it all seems so confusing. I mean, first you were okay, then the next thing you're back in hospital. I tried phoning Jerry, but he wasn't taking any calls. Look, I'm sorry, you must be sick of hearing about all this.
No. It's not as if I get many people to talk to these days.
Well, why don't we go out? I mean, you could take me shopping. I've got hardly anything suitable for this English weather.
You need to go to London. Harchester shops there,
Would you come with me?
I don't know, I'd have to ask Jerry. Well, I mean, he worries about me going out.
And then he dropped the towel.
No!
I couldn't back out. I would have lost all credibility with the lad. I started talking about, dispensations and the UEFA Cup. I didn't know where to look.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know where to look first. It was plenty to look at, believe me.
Marilyn. Hello, my darling. How are you? Oh, Marilyn. Now, what's been going on? I could hear you two giggling like schoolgirls halfway down the hall.
I was just saying I made a bit of a faux pas with some of the players this morning.
Ah, I see. Well, I think we can forgive her the odd faux pas, don't you, darling, after the stunt she pulled today?
But I thought you'd be disappointed I didn't get the postponement.
But you got something better, didn't you? Sending those 3 fans to Geneva with their petition was a terrific idea. Did you see it, my darling? It was on the news. The little guys against the faceless bureaucracy of international football. It was terrific. And I'll tell you one thing. The whole country will be wanting us to win when we run out of Ibrox next week. I'm telling you. Cheers. Let's get these contracts sorted out and then we'll call it a night. Linda gets tired very easily these days, don't you, darling? Thank you.
Oh, no, hang on. That bottom one's mine.
Hold it. Why is it so important that you can't show your boss? Oh, I see. So this is your homework, is it? Luis Amor Rodriguez.
Well, he's so famous. I felt a fool working with him, talking with him, and not knowing the first thing about him. So I asked for his breast cuttings.
You know what, my darling? I do believe she's blushing.
Jerry.
All right, I had dinner with him last night. Don't know what I expected. Some spoilt, self-important sports star, but he wasn't like that at all. He was sweet, thoughtful, quite unworldly for someone so famous. He ended up inviting me to Glasgow for the Rangers match. But don't go reading anything into that. It was probably purely professional.
Well, I'm quite sure when you finish reading his press cuttings that you'll find out that it wasn't. Quite a ladies' man is our Mr. Rodriguez. You really ought to be going, you know. Breathtaking.
Do you think so?
Yes, darling, you look divine.
Jerry, I'm not sure if this is a good idea.
Well, Marilyn was insistent.
Yeah, but you both have business to discuss. I'll just be in the way.
Listen, my darling, we discussed business at the club. You like Marilyn?
Yes, I do.
All right, then. No football, no club, no money talk. You have my word for it. I promise you, my darling, you will not be bored.
Testing 1. Butter? Butter him. Okay. You book a room.
And you bring the butter.
Thank you. Now, Harchester is a fascinating place, Marilyn. I think you're going to love it here.
No, Jerry. Bangkok is a fascinating place. Hong Kong, Singapore, these are fascinating places. Harchester isn't fascinating. I mean, what do you do for entertainment?
Louise.
My time is busy with the club. I have very little opportunity for anything else.
Oh, I don't believe that for a second. Linda, how am I going to fill my evenings?
Oh, well, I haven't really done very much since my injury.
Yeah, but what did you do before that? You know, for excitement.
Oh. Very little.
I think it's terrific, don't you? Having fresh blood in the club. New ideas, energy. What do you think?
Very good.
How do you think you'll feel working under Miss Harwood?
I think it will be very interesting.
Excuse me.
Louise, would you do the honours, please? Thank you. Excuse me.
Thank you.
So Jerry was telling me you've broken quite a lot of hearts in Harchester, Louise.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. You're up there with Ginola and Hullet when it comes to football playboys. And I've read your press cuttings about your summer exploits in Argentina.
You must not believe everything you read.
What is it, Harchester women not pretty enough for you?
I don't think you understand the job of a football manager. You take your whole life. There is no time for anything else.
Work and no play. We'll have to change that, won't we, Linda, eh?
I'm terribly sorry I don't feel very well.
All right, my darling. Let's get you home, shall we?
I'm so sorry.
No, really.
I'll pay on the way out.
No, take her home, Jerry. I'll pay on my credit card. It's all right.
Thank you. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry, Louise.
Poor woman.
Jerry, I need to know something. Did you know he was going to be here tonight?
Sweetheart, I swear to you, I have no idea. You're up early, Princess. Where's Penny this morning?
I fired her.
What?
Well, Jerry, I don't need a fleet of nurses to look after me.
Linda, you are ill. That's why you've got nurses looking after you.
Oh, I'm well enough to trot out to a business dinner when you've got people you want me to entertain.
Linda, listen to me, darling. I promise you I did not know Marilyn was bringing Louise. I mean, do you think I would purposely put you through an ordeal like that?
I'm not angry. It's probably the shock I needed to wake up to myself. I've been cooped up in here for too long.
Where are you going?
Out.
Sexist people insinuate things about me and Jerry. For goodness, ring it. Linda.
Sorry, have I come at a bad moment?
No, not at all. Are you all right? Louise and I were really worried about you the other night.
Yeah, I'm fine, actually. Listen, you wanted to go shopping, and there's a new boutique opened in town. I just wondered whether you were... Sorry, have I come at a bad time?
No, not at all. I'd love to go shopping. I've got nothing to wear for Glasgow. And it'd be a relief to get out of this madhouse for a while. Kim, if anyone rings, I'll be on my mobile.
Okay.
Let's go.
Right.
Hey, that looks great.
Yeah? You don't think the colour's a bit naff?
No, it softens you up.
What would you want to soften me up for?
Nothing. Well, I thought, and forgive me if I'm talking out of turn, but I thought that you were planning to hook up with Louise in Glasgow.
And what gave you that idea?
Just the way you were at dinner.
Oh, it's that obvious, was it? Well, yeah, I find him very attractive. I mean, who wouldn't? He's a very good-looking guy.
I've always found him quite bland, personally. Do you think he likes you?
Oh, I don't know. I think there might be a spark. But he's amazing in bed. But I think that there's something or somebody else in the picture. You don't know any gossip about another woman, do you?
No, just what I've read in the magazines. Right, why don't I get some tea and then you can try on that red suit?
Okay. Oh, you look gorgeous.
The men of Glasgow will be defenceless against you.
Oh, I'm not going.
Why not?
Well, Jerry thought I'd be too ill. He didn't arrange anything.
Linda, what happened to the woman I just had lunch with? The one that was raring to get on with her life?
Yeah, you're right. Why shouldn't I?
Why shouldn't you what, my darling?
Come up to Glasgow with you for the game.
Because it would be very tiring for you.
I think I'll be the best judge of that, and I think it'll do me the power of good.
No, sweetheart, listen. Marilyn and I will be very, very busy with the sponsors, so there'll be no one to entertain you.
I'll entertain myself.
Marilyn.
I better get going.
Thanks for this afternoon, Marilyn. It's been great. And I guess I'll see you up in Glasgow. What? What are you so afraid of, Jerry? Why do you want to keep me sedated and locked up in this mausoleum?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous.
I'm not going to run off with Louise if that's what you're afraid of. It's over. You should know that. And quite frankly, she's welcome to him. But I am going to lead a normal life again. And neither you or anybody else is going to stop me.